I don't even know where we are on whether or not there's actually an invitation to the State of the Union because of all the mixed messages. But let's assume that Nancy Pelosi is actually saying you're not going to have State of the Union until the government's reopened. This is depriving the president of a big national platform, which we know he likes.
Yeah, first of all, we are edging dangerously close to my having to confront a longtime promise that I would probably vote for anyone who submitted the State of the Union in writing instead of doing this. So for me personally, this is an issue. No, I think it's problematic for him because obviously he wants that platform. I think there's some options for him that would be unconventional, as this is unconventional. We're having this fight is unconventional for this long, that he could perhaps go to the Senate or he could do it from the Oval Office. I think he will likely end up doing it on the date because he gets national TV coverage, and that's what he wants.
Well, listen to Nancy Pelosi. She had an alternative suggestion for the president.
This is a housekeeping matter in the Congress of the United States so that we can honor the responsibility of the invitation we extended to the president. You can make it from the Oval Office.
He can make it from the Oval Office.
Yeah, it would cost less, and it would certainly not extend and stretch so many federal agencies. I think the important thing that we're losing here, because it's like more drama, I think the practical aspects of what she submitted to him, which was a recommendation, it was not a reneging of an invitation, it was a recommendation that until government is fully open and agencies are fully funded, perhaps we should postpone the State of the Union. It's a firm suggestion.
Yes.
And I think that what is important here is the Secret Service was designated as a part of standing up the Homeland Security, the Department of Homeland Security, as the agency responsible for national special security events. Secretary Nielsen decided that the State of the Union is one of these events. They are the lead agency in charge. They are not operating fully, just like many other government agencies are not, and haven't been for 26 days.
Right, but Nielsen, Nielsen says, Secretary Nielsen, that they can do it. That no, they're not being paid a lot of this.
Based on what resources, though?
Well, they're working without pay, is what she says. I mean, I'm not supporting it. I mean, they should all be paid. Everybody who works for the government should be paid. But that said, I mean, she says they can do it.
Yeah, well, listen, the speaker is basically saying, not in my house, not on my watch, as long as the government is shut down. You have other leaders within her caucus saying something totally different than what she's saying, just basically making it clear, Mr. President, you are not welcome in this house until the shutdown is over.
And she is right. Speaker Pelosi is right. That is her house, and she is the Speaker of the House. However, it is our Constitution under which this president is required to update members of Congress and America on the State of the Union. And it doesn't necessarily have to be in this particular forum, but that's traditionally how this has gone. I completely understand what Speaker Pelosi was trying to do. However, and security is an important issue. However, she should have called Secret Service before and even raised, hey, is this a problem? Because based on what I'm hearing from folks here in Washington, she didn't reach out. She didn't say, hey, is this a concern? She went ahead proactively and made that assumption. But they're going to do their job. That's what they do.
I think, so I worked for the Homeland Security Committee on the Hill. The chairman of the Homeland Security Committee, Benny Thompson, who has responsibility of overseeing the Secret Service as well as the full Department of Homeland Security, is saying that he fully supports this recommendation of Pelosi. So whether Pelosi herself checked or not, I can guarantee you that Congressman Thompson is talking to the agency.
So let me take it a little broader right now. In a way, Mary Catherine, is this not what Donald Trump wants? We're all sitting around this table talking about Nancy Pelosi versus Donald Trump, whether or not there's funding, whether or not the Secret Service can do this, blah, 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 as opposed to real hundreds of thousands, if not millions of Americans who are legitimately suffering, Coast Guard personnel, FBI agents, et cetera, because the Republicans passed a bill to fund the government, and President Trump says, no, I'm not going to sign it because it doesn't have border wall funding.
Yes. Do I think more drama generally works to his advantage? Yes. Do I think he planned it that way? No, I don't think he had a strategy for that. And I have a lot of confidence that the Secret Service can pull off a giant event, even in the event of a shutdown. So that I'm not as worried about, even though I do not always have the greatest faith in all government agencies. But I do think that they can handle that job even in the event.
But it's what you said.
It's about the shutdown. I mean, period. I mean, if I were the speaker, I wouldn't have said it's about security. It's about the almost 1 million people who don't have a job. Let's just be crystal clear about what this is about. This is about the president abdicating his responsibility to take the deal that will put people back to work. So you have people, their families suffering, the economy is suffering, everybody is suffering because the president continues to have a big temper tantrum over a wall. So let's just be plain. It's about the people.
I think clearly we can all agree, everyone will agree, no one wins in a shutdown. The people that are out of work, the people that rely on their work, and many people here in government that need the services of those who are out of work. And the reality is Republicans and Democrats here in Washington need to agree on two things. This is not about Trump's big, beautiful wall that Mexico's not going to pay for. This is about border security. And to the degree they can agree that is the issue, that's what they need to do.
Okay.
And compromising is not caving. They're so worried about appearing they're caving when they're avoiding the real need here is what's a compromise.
Well, I don't doubt that you four could negotiate an opening of the government. But it's not where we are. Everyone stick around.